Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Nerdarchy Steve, and as usual, I am joined by this awesome group of nerds, and we're going to play some Cypher System tonight. Moon Rises. When we last left off, you were in the town settlement, whatever you want to call it, of Pure Town, in what used to be Delaware, off the coast there. Probably more specifically Rehoboth Beach. And we left off when you were all kind of deciding what to do next, trying to figure out, what you're going to do, what the plan was. There was some questions whether your boon companion, Blue, would continue with the group or not. When a bunch of basically small folk-looking children come wandering in looking for the lot of you, preceded by the slapping of wet webbed feet. So before we jump in and see how the group responds to it, let's go around. You can introduce your character and kind of what you remember from what happened last, and we'll start with Red.
All right. Hello. I am author Megan R. Miller. Books available on Amazon.com. Links in the description below. Red is basically Little Red Riding Hood with a gas mask and a pair of hook swords, and apparently likes to be pretty dramatic. So there's that.
And Red's longtime boon companion, Blue.
How you doing? I am Nerdarchy Ted. You've probably seen me on, one of these Nerdarchy videos or two. I am playing Blue, the spider monkey who is a doomed explorer who moves like a cat. Last time was quite the emotional roller coaster as he got to I believe it's to meet. I believe it's 16 members of his family that have all been kidnapped by circus folk. We rescued them. We had long bonding moments of conversation and the whole grooming in the chain. And we were trying to determine what is actually going to happen to my family, as they really can't just stay where they're at. So it was definitely troubling to find out whether he was going to try and go with the family or stay with his adventuring family, who he's done quite a lot with. I'll let somebody else fill in some more details.
All right, Greg.
Hey, I am a psychic ghost of an astronaut who died pre-apocalypse, and Greg spent most of the last episode probing the fringes of some psychic dimension that he believes is out there by reading the mind of a dead man and learning a bit about Marina the Merciless and the warlord army she's gathering in the wastes. And let's see. I spent most of last episode, just in his head while drama with Blue played out. And I remember I offered, I don't know if we gave his people the flare gun to summon the Chug-a-Lug, because Grig's third eye is pointed at that moon, and he believes that whatever steps they take next will be so gonzo crazy that they won't have to go back the way they came, and they'll just figure it out as they go.
And last but not least, Goggles.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stephen Partridge. I am also an author and a Nerdarchy staff writer. Book link in the description, all that good stuff. And I'm playing Goggles, everybody's favorite Magitech Mariner. And last time we had Blue meet his family, and he got to spend some time with them, and it was super heartwarming to see. And it was maybe a little bit harder for Red to see it than everybody else. And so Red did her unhealthy adult processing, as she does, first, while Greg and Goggles went to the tavern that we were invited to spend the night at. And we met a large man named Lily, who had converted this old firehouse into a tavern/inn. And so we got to slide down the fire pole. That was interesting. Greg regaled us with much of the what the building used to be purposed for. And we were introduced to the notion that they used the Fireman's Handbook to make their menu, which was super cool. There were heartfelt conversations, and now our party is ready to get into some more mischief.
So with that, this gaggle of small childlike figures surrounds you. They have scales. They have like fins for ears. They have kind of like fishy faces. They're still humanoid, but they also have webbed fingers and feet. They're not wearing shoes. They're all wearing like almost like surf wetsuits, tiny surf wetsuits, and their skin is a greenish color, and their eyes range from bright blue to green in shade. You can't really. It's hard to discern gender between amongst them. They all kind of look the same that way, and in kind of like burbly, high-pitched voices, they're calling out to the lot of you that they were sent by Dustin to fetch the newcomers because Dustin is in trouble.
Didn't I tell you something would present itself?
Oh, they're so cute. All of them, every single one of them that presented themselves is so cute. And Goggles is just fawning over them.
What's the trouble? Where is it?
They look, well, one of them looks to you, Blue, when you ask that. And go, first of all, they kind of, does he always do that? Is he always like that? And does he treat you that way too, just because you're smaller?
Sometimes, but that's okay.
So down at the junk castle, some of the junk came alive and is attacking, and it's got Dustin. And she said we should she screamed, "Get out of here!" and find the newcomers.
Well, then we should
Do
head
we
there
know where the
post haste.
Do we know where the junk castle is?
They will show you.
Is it where the big junk monster's attacking?
Yeah, I'm
Well,
sure we can't miss it.
yeah. Well, you don't see any giant junk monsters. But what they said is, the piles of junk kind of became animated and began flying around.
Multiple piles of junk.
And yes, and one of them wrapped up Dustin in these metal coils, and is not letting her go. They're fearful for their employer.
So this is a conversation while we're on the move, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm totally down for that, sure.
Yeah, so like they basically go to, they kind of take you a little ways and around the corner and then kind of point down the street, and they're like, just past Black Sea's Coffee House. The next building is the junk castle. That's where they are.
Okay. We're charging in, right? Right? He looks at Red and Grig and Blue.
You know my vote.
Yes, of course.
Charge!
This is fascinating.
Yeah. So as you get as you approach, what you kind of see is a building, but it's also got a lot of like yard to it that's fenced in, and it's it looks like a miniature junkyard, for lack of a better term. Here in town, it's not as big as what a typical junkyard would be, but it's got all the trappings.
All of them?
All of them.
All the trapping? Okay.
All the trappings. Like there's a couple cars piled on top of each other. All kinds of piles of junk. There's a there's a forklift.
Big magnet.
That's I didn't want to jump on the right away, but yes. Is there a big magnet?
The forklift has a big magnet attachment. That's not quite as big as a full size junkyard.
Okay. Did we
Well, I
hear
can test
anything?
theoretically. I know a magnet would be helpful, but I have no mechanical aptitude.
Explain to me how it would be helpful. I do.
Well, if it's powerful enough to pick up cars and transport these large things, we could use it to pull these piles of junk. At least keep them at bay or pull them off of Dustin.
Cool.
Can we use the magnet to just trap the monster?
We might.
Well, as you get closer, you see this large, like white stucco building with a large front window. It's clear. You can kind of see through into what looks to be a front area, like a not an office, but like a reception or
Sure.
storefront, right? And you do hear, as you approach, you do hear some cursing and swearing and an occasional spit sound coming from inside, as well as whirling and buzzing. And then you hear, in a very staticky voice, "I must upgrade, always upgrade."
I don't think that we can get the magnet in there.
There's a window, isn't there? They're breakable.
If the magnet has a powerful enough charge, you could pull them right through the stucco roof. Who knows?
How about we not?
Right, you guys are good with machines and that sort of thing. You got that suit to work.
What was it, Blue?
Can we not destroy buildings?
I will do my best. I'm climbing in the forklift.
Oh, nice. So you jump in the forklift, and power it up, and so you're easy enough to like maneuver it and go pick up the magnet. So the building is much longer than it is wide, and it's a 2-story building. There are small windows here and there, but you can see more like junk and shelving, machinery, tools, and just parts like through those windows on like big metal shelves.
Yeah.
And then if you were to probably go around to the other end. You figured like there's probably some kind of like garage door or something. The design is actually very familiar to Greg. Probably you've probably seen buildings like this before, and there's probably like rolling doors that are in the back, for bringing in vehicles and large things like that.
Okay.
So did we see what's making the noise, or is it shouting and it's that loud?
It was just kind of loud.
Can I sneak in to try and see what I see?
You can absolutely make a stealth check. Make a sneak check.
What is my target?
It's a 9.
Oh, well. Well, I am a specialist at sneaking.
Yeah.
And that is an 18.
All right. So it's an 18, not a 19. So yeah, you easily kind of sneak in, and what you see is this metal constructed creature that is flying around. It has like little like turbines that it's just kind of using to hover. It's its head almost looks like the battle droids from Star Wars, as thin like that, and then it has a round around the body, and coming out of its chest is a couple of metal coils that are wrapped around Dustin. It also has what looks to be tools, kind of arms with tools mounted on them. Every once in a while, it menacingly like it ignites a torch towards Dustin, and definitely there is some kind of canister attached to its shoulder, which would be like a shoulder, and you're thinking that might be some kind of weaponry, and that is the one that is kind of floating around. It seems to be agitated and is yelling about needing upgrades. And then there are 2 others that are kind of just hovering in place, not saying anything, and they look very similar, but they're just not as animated and lively.
So does Dustin look like he's being attacked, or is it like, is there a way to,
So she's being just held in these coils, and it's kind of like screaming at her about wanting upgrades, that it needs upgrades, it lives for upgrades. Find me more parts.
Right,
and then is like then goes on like a little bit of a tirade and then menaces her with the torch.
All right, so I'm gonna basically step around the corner, and I'm gonna speak loudly enough to hopefully my companions will hear my side of the conversation and decide to follow suit. But hi, what kind of things are you looking for to upgrade? Can you put Dustin down?
So that one kind of pivots to kind of put Dustin between you and it, and it makes a very like creature like movement with its head and kind of cocks it to the side. But the other 2 kind of very stiffly and mechanically kind of turn towards you and begin to observe you. And then like on their faceplate where like would be eyes, it looks like a little bit of a little screen. You can see little targeting things begin to move around and seem to be locking in your direction.
Awesome.
But the one that can talk says, machines, I need more machines, better machines. And the other 2 begin moving in your direction.
Ooh, this is going to get out of hand real quick, Blue.
The machines are outside in a pile.
It's never going to stop. Those won't be enough either.
We will take what we need from there, but it is mostly junk.
That's what there is.
It's a junkyard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to run around to the back and open those back doors that you said, like the loading bay door.
Okay.
That's what my action would be.
And then Dustin's like, dang, damn it, blasted, I already told you. And then like the tentacles, the metal coils kind of slide up around and kind of like cross their mouth. And
Are we there yet?
You can be. Where do you want to be, Goggles?
I want to just run through the door and
Front door,
create
back
whatever
door.
distraction Blue needs.
Front door, back door, one of the side doors.
Whichever one's closest.
Okay, so there's a side door that you can try. You go to. Give me a might check. It seems to be stuck, possibly locked.
Okay, what's my difficulty for this?
It's only going to be a 2.
Okay, I'm not too worried about spending might for that then, or spending effort. I got a 14.
Yeah, you rip it open, you realize it was basically just one of those like flimsy sliding locks. There was no way that was gonna hold you. So you come in through the side, right after the doors fly up in the back, and Grig's standing there. And what is Red doing?
Oh, I am powering up this forklift and figuring out how the magnet works.
Yeah, well, yeah, the forklift is already you've got it going. So you can already be moving with it.
Cool. I am bringing it around to the window. Is that what we agreed on?
Yep.
I thought maybe the doors to
The
the
doors
back,
in the back would probably be the best access.
Okay.
Then they wouldn't damage the building as much. We could just suck them out. Maybe, I don't know.
Red's like, never mind. Okay. Window it is.
That's
yeah,
fine.
do whatever you want. That's just what I was just
yeah.
That's why I went through the door.
Yeah, the front window it's going to be like the reception area, and then there's going to be a door to go through after that. So it would be actually you would have to drive through the wall.
Yeah.
Several walls.
It's like back in the garage behind where customers would, like at a tire place or something.
All right, give me speed checks to see who goes when.
Okay.
All right.
Getting all formal now.
Well, I rolled a 5.
You roll better than me.
I got a 15.
I also have a 15.
All right, so the number to beat was 12, essentially.
Oh.
Or a 4, I should say. The difficulty.
Okay.
So the 3 of you will be able to go before Red. That makes sense because Red's like, has to pick up the magnet and make their way around to the back. So who had the highest number, or who wants to go first? You guys can actually decide.
Okay, 15.
I'll go first if you want, Doug.
Sure, yeah, go for it, man.
All right, so I want to just pull out my rifle and shoot the area where the cord is coming out of that wraps around Dustin.
Okay, so you're going for like a called shot. Interesting.
Yeah. I'm being crazy like that.
What isn't it like a World War II rifle that Blue has?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's gonna be a 6.
It's gonna be a 6. I am going to expend effort. Let's see, it's 2, so it's 5. All right, so I'm spending 2 levels of effort. So 6 would bring it down to a 4, which is a 12. I got a 13.
A 13 is not going to do it. It kind of tings off of the metal.
Oh, no. You said it was a 6. I spent 2 levels of effort. That brings it down to a 4.
And you got a 13. You're correct. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait a second. Did I math wrong?
Totally math.
Let me math again.
Let me remath until it works. No.
Welcome to 2020. Math changed.
Yeah. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. So how much damage do you do?
It's 4.
Okay, so that does do enough damage to shoot through the metal coil. But it also didn't do as much damage as you thought it kind of should. Like it barely cut it.
It's resistant to World War II rifle damage.
Yeah, and so Dustin falls to the ground, kind of still coiled up.
Oh, great!
And begins rolling around.
So in the back there, anywhere in sight, are there any electrical cables in sight, like that look like they would work, that are plugged into anything.
Yeah, you do find some electrical cables. What do you want to try and do with them?
Grab them, let the roller coaster ride begin, spin to a fire step up to the where the magnet is, where Red has it, and make it an electromagnet. Turn it into an electromagnet. So it's juice it up.
Okay, so you want to try and power up.
I'm using Thundarr the Barbarian logic here.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. And those wires are really just because this town doesn't have electricity the way New Manhattan does. It's literally like a car battery with some wires coming off of it.
Then I'll also use that Cypher Blue gave me. That's a level 10 shocker to deliver a powerful burst of electricity.
Okay.
Juice it up. Seemed pretty powerful. That taser, it was that old taser with the bioorganics.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stick it in there.
Okay. And what are you doing, Goggles?
I got a 3 for my initiative.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I rolled even lower than Red.
Okay. So Greg, you are in position as Red comes around the corner. Goggles, you're like a little shocked how easy it was to rip the door open, like nearly taking it off its hinges. And you're like, this is definitely a security risk here.
Definitely.
But Red comes around the corner in time, and Goggles pops in time to see Blue shoot the coil and drop Dustin to the ground, kind of to safety. And then the machine that has been talking, destroy the intruders, and the other two that are flanking it. One of them moves towards Blue, and the other moves towards the direction of Greg and Red. And the one that's talking kind of stays where they are, and
we're gonna call him Upgrade.
I like it.
Yes.
And that tube on his shoulder kind of like explodes out, and everybody can give me a speed defense. Is a bunch of
shrapnel,
not shrapnel, like needles.
Ooh.
Come flying out of it, but they're all like little missiles almost, and like they go in different directions towards each of you. And it's only going to be a speed defense of 3, so a 9.
Oh, I'm not good at those.
19. I'm not
16.
in the room, am I? That was dumb.
I didn't make it.
Well, you're at the other side where the door is open, so yeah.
I clutch my non-existent pearls as these little things pierce me.
Okay. All right. So anyone who did not make that speed defense is going to take 2 points of speed damage.
Ooh,
And it ignores armor as acid begins, being injected.
Oh my
from
goodness!
These needles.
Oh my!
It's reacting with my psychic residue.
My poor fur.
Oh, you didn't make that?
I did not. I actually rolled a 4. I'm trained in speed defense. I'm like, I don't even need to bother with effort. It's 1 point.
I have an inability with that.
Well, on that note, Ted, make another speed defense as it tries to cut you with a torch.
Oh my goodness!
Same number.
Yeah, same number, just a 9.
All right. Well, I rolled an 8, but I am trained, so that's a pass.
All right, yeah. So you dodge out of the way. After a little bit of singed fur, you're a little bit more alert now.
Acid fire. These guys are not friendly.
No, they're not. And then the third one turns towards the garage door that's open, where Greg and Red are, and a hole opens in its chest, and a small missile launches out at the two of you. Give me a speed defense.
Oh my god!
Both of you.
What?
It's a 9. It's a 3 again, so 9.
Okay. just made it right on the money.
So I was the other one?
Yes.
I did not. I did not make it.
Okay, so Greg, you actually were able to position yourself on the forklift in a way that shielded you from the blast as it explodes for 6 might damage.
Ooh.
And
So I don't get that at all?
no, yeah, you don't take any of it.
Okay.
And
that would have been extremely dangerous.
so Red, you take the 6, but also give me an intel or give me a speed check to maintain control of the forklift, as you're getting blasted by this missile. Now, I believe you have some things that actually help you with that.
It's okay. I rolled an 18 anyway.
Oh, nice. So yeah, you are able to charge right through it and like literally dam the torpedoes or missiles in this case, and full speed ahead. So much so, I imagine you were just playing chicken with this missile. That's why it hit you.
Yeah, I'm cackling.
With that brings us.
Blue.
What's that?
I said she is used to hanging around Blue.
So with that brings us to Red and Goggles. Which one of you want to go first?
Red's going first because she beat me.
So activate magnet.
Yeah, you're gonna get due to Grig's help and him using a Cypher to try and supercharge the magnet. You're gonna get a couple assets for that. So
Ooh.
instead of having to overcome a speed defense of 4, it'll only be a 2.
Okay.
But I swear to God, if you roll a 1, some crazy shit's gonna happen.
Well, I mean that is.
Oh no!
I swear to God, I rolled a 1.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yep.
So
Let's go.
First of all, which one were you attacking?
Upgrade.
Okay, so you're attacking upgrade with it, and so you kind of like full speed ahead at him with the forklift and activate the magnet at him, and it actually works, but it works way better than you thought it was going to. Upgrade shoots like a missile at the magnet, hitting the magnet and the bottom, and the forks on the forklift, which are all the way extended, which makes a forklift very like unstable.
Oh, good.
So give me a speed defense, or it's not actually speed, but it's a speed check, and it's going to be a 5 to not have this thing flip on you guys.
Sometimes my luck is terrible. I got a 3 this time.
Should I also make that? I mean, it's sort of like hanging on it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna make that now to see if you get pinned under the forklift as it goes over. A 5, so 15 speed. Yes.
I'm not even gonna spend the points. It's not worth it. No.
Okay, so you're both gonna be entangled for a round, in the forklift,
Oh my God.
and take 3 points of might damage as you get slammed by a lot of metal here.
But it's damage and the loss of a round.
That's true, and it was on Red's turn.
Yeah. Upgrade looks like it took a little bit of damage too. And not a good upgrade. Not a good upgrade. As it tries to, as it rights itself and turns angrily on the two of you, his little visor eyes are flashing like a Cylon with the red light back and forth angrily. Goggles, what do you want to do?
So first, I look at Blue and shout, "Free Dustin!" And then I just mutter, "Oh, this is going to be really stupid of me. Upgrade this!" And I attack Upgrade.
Okay. What are you attacking upgrade with? Upgrade is like towards like this the ceiling of the building. So it's like 2 stories up.
Okay, so if I can't do melee, I'll shoot my harpoon gun. So what am I rolling against for that?
It's a 4, so you need a 12.
A 12. Okay, I like those odds. I got a natural 20.
Oh,
Yes!
nice. So, never really discussed this with your harpoon. I don't know how often you use your harpoon, but if you'd like a major effect, I would definitely say your harpoon has a cable attached to it.
Sure, we'll go with
to
that.
try and real upgrade in if you want it.
Hey, I mean, this armor is full of surprises.
We're gonna have to call you Scorpion from now. Get over here.
So yeah, that's a medium weapon, by the way.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what I do about that.
Medium is 4.
Okay, 4. So 4
2, 4,
damage.
6.
Yeah, so you do it. You spear it, right through its the tube that it shot those acid needles out of, and this is not an upgrade either. You are damaging upgrade. This damage is the opposite of upgrading. Not good.
Oops.
Get them. And Blue is your turn.
Okay, so is Dustin like completely wrapped up in completely immobile?
She is like squirming around, and she's kind of like very short but very stocky, and she seems to be loosening the coils around her, and definitely like kind of inchworming away at the same time.
And what is the proximity of the 2 non-verbal droids to her?
They're like short range. They're not very. They're not. The building is like 20 feet wide, 40 foot long. So it's not like it's a huge area.
Would I be able to get her out of the room?
If you wanted to grab her and drag her?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have to make a might check because she's outweighs you significantly.
But she looks like she's making progress on her own?
Yeah. She is definitely getting out.
All right. Then I want to just cause a distraction and shoot at the nearest one of the little droids to try and see if I can become more of a threat than her, rather than try to do that.
Have at it.
That is a 6.
A 6, a straight 6 is going to miss.
Yep.
And so Greg, you're able to disentangle this time.
So I have an inability with moving and things, but I see Red is took the blast of that missile and all that, and I don't want her to die here, so I'm going to do my best and use whatever might I can muster with my spacesuit to try to just like Spider-Man shoulder lift some up so we can get out.
Okay.
But mostly so she can
You,
get
thank
out.
you.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like if I have to hold it my turn, that's fine. So I don't know is that like a might check?
Well, no, you're kind of disentangling yourself anyway, so I assume you guys are just working to get out anyway.
Well, my priority is getting Red out, so if it means I have to like hold something
Okay.
scoot out, I would do that.
So you guys collaborate to get out. Perfect. So with that, Upgrade turns angrily towards you, Goggles. Well, you're not very far away.
Yep.
And kind of like, you feel like he's eyeing your gear, your armor up and down.
Oh no.
And you hear say upgrades. And
oh no.
And his whole little like body shakes a little bit. And then there's like a pulse of light and a sound that comes off of him. Give me a speed defense.
Okay. What am I rolling against?
You're gonna roll against his 3, which is a 9.
All right. I got a 3.
Okay. So what does it look like when your armor powers down? Your gear all just powers down.
I imagine that the gem just like goes dark.
Yeah.
Like, just completely black. And the crab claw probably doesn't even activate then because it can't. So everything's just like normal suit basically. So it's just like a regular, like suit of armor. Well, alien tech armor, but yeah. Just no glowing, no special features. It's just dead.
Okay. So I think does Greg, do you have any like sciencey skills?
Nope, I have no skills. He was just on the ship. Wasn't a very smart astronaut. I actually have an inability for figuring out problems.
He was like the really good looking Air Force person that they sent along for photo ops.
Won a contest.
Yeah.
The poster child.
Yeah.
So with that, the one of the other ones heads towards Blue, and he's just going to try and cut you with that torch again.
Oh no!
This a 3?
It is a 3.
13. I'm good.
Yeah. So you easily dodge out of the way, and the other one heads over towards Goggles as well. Goggles seems the most threatening, and also it seems as interested in you as the one you guys are calling Upgrade does. Although these two haven't talked yet at all.
Oh dear.
So you know what? Give me a might defense.
Okay.
As it kind of pulls the metal coil trick on you.
Is it another 3?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
These things are rather small.
I got a 1.
You were completely wrapped up in the coils and entangled.
Oh. Oh goodness. Okay.
And then you hear a muffled because you're entangled head to toe, basically like a cocoon almost. Mm-hmm. You hear a muffled upgrades. And then Blue.
Hey, you gonna let him take your upgrades? And I'll shoot at the one that is not on Goggles.
Trying to get him to
not
play both sides against the middle.
I don't know. I got a 13 in intellect.
Psyching him out.
Yeah. Well, so which one are you saying that to?
I'm saying that to the one that's been talking.
Okay.
Because the other one has got him wrapped up, so he looks like
true.
He's moving in. So I'm shooting at the one not on Goggles, and that's an 18 to hit.
Oh yeah, definitely, and that's also it's also the crit range. So,
so there's it's 4 damage, and I guess the 1 for the extra damage.
Okay, yeah. So you hit it, blast off a chunk of it, and then like when you say that, like you think you see the lights, like the visor kind of like narrow a little bit as it looks at the one that's goggles wrapped up. Upgrades. Give me an intellect check, Ted.
Intellect? Sure. Will my botany help me here?
I'm afraid your botany will not.
Robots are the plants of the computer world.
What about assess danger? I'm actually gonna. What's my number?
You have to beat a 3, so 9.
3. All right. Well, my dice rolling has not been great tonight. I've either rolled an 18 or like 6s and below. So I'm gonna actually spend spend effort. That is a natural 20.
Oh,
So
nice.
that will do it. That's going to be a major effect, essentially.
So I basically, if I could just have it do the effect that I wanted it to do, I'm good. Turn the more powerful looking one on the one that's attacking Goggles.
Okay, that will absolutely work. It is now Grig's turn.
Was there 2 of those like minion things? And
Yeah.
then upgrade. And I'm at a lost track. So one of Blue is sort of engaged with both of them. The upgrade has Goggles. What's the other one doing?
No. So one of the other ones has Goggles.
Oh.
Upgrade was kind of pulled towards Goggles with his harpoon, and then Upgrade did some kind of EMP strike against
That's what shut down
Goggles, shutting down his gear. The other one came over, wrapped up Goggles, and the third one is the one that Blue shot.
Okay. Boy, I just don't know what to do. So we're still in disentangling ourselves, right?
Well, no, you're disentangled now. That's what last round was, essentially.
Okay. Then I am going to. Do these things? Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna rush up and try to like bash on the one holding Goggles to try to get it to let him go, because it looks like his armor's out and I feel fear for him.
Okay.
Can see my ghostly rage. I don't even know how to attack, but is it just a might check or something?
Yeah, it's just a might roll.
Just like, boom. Okay.
Against 4 speed defense.
All right. Just right on the money. 12. I rolled a 12.
Boom! You smack him, and
let him go.
Although your soft, squishy fists do not seem to harm it.
It's like,
but you definitely nailed it. And with that, Upgrade kind of turns with its narrowed optics at this other one that is trying to steal his upgrades.
Me?
And
do you mean me?
What? No. The one that's got Goggles grapple.
Oh.
So I don't know. Why don't you use Ted, since you persuaded him, roll a d20.
4. That is a 15.
It's a 15. So it uses Upgrade uses his own laser torch to cut Goggles free.
Oh, hey. I'm good with that.
So now you feel you're still like wrapped up, but they're loosening on you now. They're not tight like they were, so you can kind of wriggle free. The one that just got Goggles cut free from it kind of looks back and forth between the one you're calling Upgrade and Goggles, and looks confused. And also looks at Grig, because Grig, you're right in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just punches out at you with its torch just because you're in front of it. Give me a speed defense of 3. So it's just
I
a
don't
9.
like to get tangled up in this stuff. Oh, nat 1.
Oh my
no,
God!
man.
Well,
We're really hitting those ones tonight.
Yeah.
you remember that session where we got like 5 natural 20s? This is just counterbalancing for that.
The curse of the revenge of the 520.
So it shoves its torch into you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this fire kind of flares up around you, but you're still kind of resisting it a little bit, but it's like shocking to you, and you fall to one knee as you do, and like this energy's like coursing through you into Goggles. And Goggles, like you feel all your stuff come back online at once.
Oh.
But
I knew there was a but.
You all at the same time, you become overwhelmed once again as the Giznor kind of burst from the gems, repowering everything. Also, taking control. Tentacles go flying all over the place. Or these metal tentacles go flying all over the place as they do. Now they all look very confused as well because they don't know what's going on. And Goggles becomes the Zax monster once again.
Jesus. Maybe Greg is having traumatic flashbacks of dying on that comet from this fire.
It could always be possible.
That seems like a good Nat 1 sort of thing.
And then the one
traumatized me with
the one that Blue shot at turns towards Blue and tries to shoot back. So a speed defense.
Sure. It's 12.
So on the dot, you're able to dance out of the way.
Hey, did I take damage from that? I mean, I rolled. That was my defense. That Nat 1.
Oh, that's right. That was your defense.
Yeah.
You were going to take 4 might.
Okay.
Which your armor will absorb some of.
2. Oh, or does it? Is it like different because it's fire or anything?
You know what? In this case, I'm going to say no, just because you also got bombarded with metal tentacles as well.
So it doesn't.
So you're just going to take the 4 and then whatever your armor does.
Yeah.
So that's 2.
Oh, so it does help. Okay, that's what I meant to make sure.
Yeah. All right. So Goggles are red. Who's up?
Red.
Okay, so I'm out from under the thing, yeah?
Yeah, you're out from underneath the forklift that's flipped over, and you just see this scene of chaos before you.
So Upgrade is a machine himself.
Upgrade is a machine himself, yes.
Can I take around to study him and try and figure out how to break him like I did with the machine in the basin?
Yeah, you could absolutely do that.
Okay, that's what I'm doing.
So Goggles. It's time for us to enter a mental grapple as you try and regain control of yourself and once more talk down the Giznor. You know, you find yourself in the mental scape once more, surrounded by all the Giznor, and once again they are angry.
Yeah, this is like the worst avatar state ever. I need to invest in intellect. What number am I rolling against?
Against a 4.
A 4. Okay. I can't afford to spend points because I only have 10. So I'm just going to go with it. We'll see what happens. I got a 16.
Okay.
Does meat beat?
No, that beats. So you are
okay.
You are winning. You are going to keep them from doing anything.
Okay.
For this round, and if you can defeat them again, you will regain control.
Okay. So
just
like trying to pacify them.
So Blue, as usual, things have gone from bad to worse.
This is where Blue is. Is there a way to see which of these 3 things looks the most damaged?
Yeah, you can just look at them. The one doesn't have any damage on it. The one that had goggles, or the one that had goggles, that one is the one that's undamaged. The one that you were attacking, that one's pretty beat up. You've hit it a couple times.
All right, well, then I'll just keep shooting at that one.
And Upgrade has some damage as well.
But does he look better or worse than?
He looks
Not-
better than this
All right.
one.
Well, then I'll shoot at the smaller one again. Try to keep him occupied and hope. And that is my friend a 6, so that's a miss.
Yeah, these dice are crazy all over the place. There is a note in the middle.
There sure isn't.
So, Greg, what would you like to try and do?
I'm going to use my action to just turn on my resonance field to protect myself and just try to keep this thing's attention away from Red while she's studying them and going to do what she's going to do and make bad things happen to them.
So when you do that,
Oh no.
Upgrade turns towards you, and like the red visor flashes like brighter, and it's every time it sees some kind of what it perceives as technology being used, it seems to get excited. I mean, excited for a robot anyway.
Sure. I'll say that's right. Yes, upgrades.
And so it attempts a different tactic. Give me the upgrades. We'll let you go. Just let me have your suit and you can leave.
No, absolutely not. I can't let a singularity free on this planet. You kidding? You just absorb. You just want to continuously upgrade. There'd be nothing left. Be a techno-organic horror.
Yes, upgrades.
Yeah. No.
I love this villain.
Come get some upgrades.
And with that, it tries shooting a laser at you.
Okay.
From one of its tools. So that's it's a 3.
Okay, so I get to do my intellect because I have my field. And oh man, this would be a time to get a good roll. Come on, power score. Give me the power score. No. 14. So I mean it passed, but it was.
Yeah, so it deflects it away.
Yeah.
And Upgrade nods his head in approval as it begins circling.
Da, 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 da.
And then the one that's been attacking Blue, its chest opens up and those coils kind of fly out at you.
Me?
Excuse me?
You say me?
No, you said at Blue.
Blue,
Oh,
yeah,
Blue.
Blue.
Oh, I thought I said at you. Sorry.
So it's Mike 4.
It is 3.
I tried a different die. It's still a 6.
So you get all tangled up as well, and you're restrained and take 4 points of might damage.
Ow.
Squeezes.
Does armor apply or no?
Yes, armor does apply.
All right, so I have light armor, so that takes 1 off, right?
Yes.
So,
Leave armor is 1, 2, 3.
lovely.
And so that leaves the third one to kind of looks towards Red, who's studying them, and shoots one of its laser at you. So just give me a speed defense of 3.
Don't do this to me again. Well, it's not a 1, but
That's
it is a
good.
2.
So 2. So you just take 4 points of damage before any armor absorption.
This die is fired.
Time for a dice jail.
Mm-hmm.
And with that is now your turn, Red. You've been studying them for a round.
Good. What have I learned?
Okay, so what you've learned from studying them is, 1, upgrades actually seems to have some kind of AI, some kind of intelligence. The other 2, not so much. They seem to be just following programming.
Okay.
And any attacks against them you'll have 1 asset.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna go with it with my hook swords for one of the smaller ones, and as I'm doing this, I'm gonna be like, dude, like you don't have to do it like this. So, well, my attack is a 17. So, I did right by firing that die and getting a new one.
Okay, so you're going to do a little bit of extra damage, and that one's been pretty beat up. So you're able to kind of like charge at it and, dive in with your hook swords and grab it by what would kind of be like a neck and like just pop its head right off.
Yep.
The head goes one way, the body goes the other way. It kind of like flies into the ceiling, slams up, and then drops down and hits the ground.
Is this the one that's holding me?
Yes, that would be the one that was holding you.
So do I go flying and flailing around as well?
You do not. So give me a intellect check to intimidate upgrades. Like you can't, you won't be able to intimidate the other one.
15.
A 15? That's gonna do it. So with that, that's gonna affect upgrades, and I'll get to that in a moment. Goggles, let's go back to you. And you were kind of locked in your psychic battle now?
Yep. So I'm going to try to, can I try to not necessarily pacify them, but let them trust me to have control?
Ooh, that's juicy.
Yes. So you're going to make the same check, but I'm going to let you use your, I forget what the name of the ability, but it'll give you an asset. So it goes from a 5 to a 4.
Oh,
from a 4 to a 3. Yeah, your social interactions. Yeah.
Okay. So I need to get a 3. So a 9 or better.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna go for it. Let's see what happens. I got exactly a 9.
So that overcomes it. You were now in control.
Okay.
So basically, you just have 2 assets to everything right now.
Okay.
That you try.
Well, I am a being made of electricity, so I want to try to power surge or EMP the dude that did it to me.
Okay.
So I want to try to power surge upgrade.
All right. So
I don't know what that looks like.
So it's still a speed defense attack, but let's see. Because you're using that. Unfortunately, though, whatever you do try, it's probably going to be powered by your intellect, which only matters. If you're not trying like a physical thing, but you're trying to control the energy, so that's definitely intellect thing. But only matters if you are. Only matters if you're adding points. So it still gives you the 2 assets to try it, though. Okay. So it is only a 2, which is a 6.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go for it. Another 9. Okay.
Okay. So you hit it and you zap upgrades with an energy attack. It's not exactly the EMP you're going for, but you energy bolt him almost like your limbs kind of extend out.
Okay.
And hit him and blast him for 4 points of damage that seems to bypass his armor.
Cool. Okay, I'll take it.
So he takes the full amount, and he's looking kind of bad. Not the kind of upgrades I wanted.
Can I speak while I'm in this form?
Yeah, but you totally have the electrostaticy voice when you do.
That just makes it so much better. I'm gonna say, I'm in control right now, guys. I don't know how long this is gonna last. And I think that's my turn.
Yeah. And that brings us to Blue.
All right. I'm resorting to Ryan's method of pressure rolling. I'm just going to shoot upgrade.
Pressure rolling.
You mentally what die is the one, but if you roll dice together, it's supposed to work better. They both rolled 9s.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that works for this or not, or whether I needed a 12. But I have a 9.
Don't you get so? It's their speed defense is 4, but don't you have a speed asset like when you, or is that only to your defense?
That's defense.
Okay, then
Attack
yeah,
rolls are just there.
okay, yeah. So you just shoot past upgrade, barely missing. Grig.
So you said these things are sort of like AI sort of creatures. There's one minion left.
There is one minion left.
I'm going to go over him, and for shiggles, I'm going to try to erase the last 5 minutes of its memory. Maybe it works on its memory banks. I don't know, but I'm going to do it. Why not?
Okay.
So you just make an intellect roll to see if it works. I don't know what that's against. It just says, so I'll go roll.
Well, it's so I'm going to say that actually, and this would be more like it's intellect, so it'd only be a 3 instead of a 4.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to spend any effort. Come in. Oh my God, a 1.
Oh man! Have all of us
I
rolled
can't put
ones
these
at
in
this
jail. I
point?
bought them specially for this game.
That is the 4th one
Is it?
for us for the night.
Gosh, wow, 2 of those were mine. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, so you go to erase its memory for the last 5 minutes, and like you're standing here. So all of a sudden, Greg, you find yourself standing in a building. On the inside of a building you do not recognize. There are shelves full of junk all around you. You see, tools and car bits. You see Blue with a rifle. You see 2 flying robots, one of which you're kind of looking at intently. You've never seen it before. The last thing you remember is being at the Lily, whatchamacallit?
Was it Salty something too?
Yeah, Salty Lily.
Salty
and
Lily.
A bunch of childlike looking merfolk had just burst through, and there was a problem or something.
I forgot the last time. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Well played, sir. Well played.
That is well played.
So it's their turn, and let's make deal. Do not disassemble upgrade.
Are you gonna stop being a jackass?
I just want to upgrade.
Okay, so like, why do you want to upgrade so badly that you come here and start attacking people?
I want all the things to upgrade.
Okay, yeah, I want a lot of things too, but sometimes you got to go through like the proper processes to get them and stuff. Like, did you consider coming in here and, oh, I sound like Greg. I'm sure there are things that you can do that somebody will give you upgrades for that don't involve rampaging and getting yourself killed.
Are you sure?
Yeah, positive.
Do you care about that guy? And it points to the other robot.
No.
So it shoots the other robot through the head. And it kind of like points with like tools. Upgrades?
Take them.
What else don't you care about? Pew, pew.
So unless we can drop out of initiative depending on what you guys want to do.
So Doug threw up in our comments, and I'm totally down for sending him on Marina.
I like it. I really do. So we can point you in a direction where there are a lot of upgrades and nobody will care if you cause chaos trying to get them.
So as you say that, like Dustin is kind of like finally like disentangled and getting up and huffing, and you see her grab something out of one of the large pouches in her coveralls and stuff something in her mouth and begins kind of like sucking and chewing. These damn things just came alive.
I'll turn around and say, well, it looks like everything's okay now. I mean, there seemed to be inert. What's the trouble?
Well, these three put themselves together out of, the stuff I had lying around the salvage. I think some of the last few pieces of salvage we brought in might have been bad.
That's actually really impressive. I don't think I could assemble myself if I didn't have parts together already.
Yeah, so and now that you have a little bit of space and time to kind of think and look around, you can see that the droids do have some components that look similar to each other. And the one you've been calling upgrades, he seems to have more of those parts than the other two did.
Where are all these little needles stuck in me?
And and with that, goggles, the Giznors suck back into the gems, and your armor is powered back up.
Okay. That
Greg,
was
are you
really
okay?
weird.
Yeah, I feel okay, but I mean, I'm all burned up, and there's these little weird pins and things stuck in me. Oh, there's one in you too.
Yeah, we were fighting the robots.
We were?
Yeah.
Yes. You jumped on top of the forklift with the Cypher and charged it up, and then
That sounds like something I would do.
the robot blew it up, and you and Red were stuck underneath. Nothing.
What the flying robot kind of settles up next to Greg, and one of his tools caresses across your helmet and down your shoulder. Good upgrades.
We care about him.
Oh, thanks, Red.
Why don't you come over here for a second? Let me get a look at you.
And
there.
upgrade does.
Oh.
She's gonna how about how tall is Upgrade?
So if he's only about 2 feet tall,
Okay, cool.
and probably 2-3 foot wide. It kind of looks like a bulbous round metal body.
So
with
basically, I'm seeing the BB-8 sphere with the droid head.
Yeah, with a couple of the hover fans coming off the sides of it, and then it's got a bunch of tool arms.
I'm gonna crouch to eye level, and I'm gonna kind of get a look around. Be okay, so do you know what a mechanic is?
And you see the red visor jump up and down for a minute. Yes, I'm a good mechanic. I can fix all kinds of things. I like to fix myself and make it better.
Well, good, because I'm also a mechanic, and sometimes if you get hurt, you're gonna need somebody to put you back together when your arms aren't working well enough to do it yourself. Yeah.
That makes sense. Or you lay there until you come back online.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather not have to do that?
Yeah, because I've been offline for a long time.
How long?
Months?
It's a pretty long time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what brought me back online.
I'll tell you what. I would like for you to talk to my friend Greg over there without trying to dismantle him. See what you guys can figure out about what brought you back online. I will, keep an eye out for things that you can use as upgrades, and maybe you stop attacking the flesh creatures.
Did the second robot creature fall when he shot it?
Yeah.
So can you use these guys as upgrades?
Yes, especially those parts, and it points to the ones that aren't like disassembled salvage and junk that's been laying around. Those are really good.
Hey, Dustin.
Yeah, this is really weird.
That's kind of what we do.
Those pieces are obviously haunted. Are you sure you still want them?
Well, that might be true. It can have them as long as it stops wreaking havoc. Cool. And also, I take it the gang found you okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Red, I'm gonna point towards her. So, what do you think for him attacking Dustin and blowing up the machine? He's got to fix it.
Yep.
And then we'll point him to where he can find some good upgrades.
Yep.
So, by the machine, do you mean the forklift?
The forklift, yeah.
So it turns in that direction and, cocks its metal head and then buzzes over that way and begins, working on it with its tools. And it's actually really, really good at fixing it.
Am I jealous?
Probably a little bit. Like, it's really fast and very proficient.
I'm like trying not to make a face and failing, so I pull my mask back down.
You're proud. Are you jealous?
So while he's distracted with a task, what are we thinking here? I mean, this seems like a pretty dangerous thing, but pretty dangerous thing against our potential enemy could be useful. It could provide us a distraction for being able to, while they're tangling, we can gather some information. But
I think that if he can tell us what he wants, he's not a thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, pretty dangerous entity, but we don't know that Marinara doesn't have what he wants. So, I think this is okay.
I'm pretty sure that they say that she's got magic, but
Yeah.
I can only imagine that if they're out there, they've got to have something that he's gonna want.
Oh yeah, like there are other warlords that use machines and stuff.
Did he say he could only use certain kinds of machines? I didn't catch the details of that part. I'm sorry.
It didn't say it preferred. It did mention that when it was looking at the other robots, it preferred the bits that look like ones that it already had.
Okay.
For the aesthetic.
Is that why?
It could be the aesthetic, or they could also be the pieces that caused them to animate, or come back online. So they might be the more technologically advanced. It definitely seemed like during the short battle to be enamored anytime it saw any kind of technology used.
Okay.
Very, very Doug-ish from up.
I was gonna say, Doug's enamored by technology?
Yeah, not that Doug. Doug's the dog.
I'm just throwing this out there, but if we send this guy to Marinara to get her upgrades, if we were able to convince him pretty easily to do what we wanted, who's to say she won't be able to convince him pretty easily to do what she wants?
That is a good point.
Because that's a really good point.
Bear in mind, she's a leader. She wants assets. We could be just sending her an asset.
So how about this? I set him up working with Dustin for the time being. When we go to take on Marinara, we take him with us. And that way, when she starts with her stuff, I can counter influence. Yeah?
Yes, I like that idea.
Yep. As Dustin hawks some chew juice on the floor and kind of, is rubbing her chin, looks. Besides, the lot of you kicked our asses pretty good. You you said warlords, which means lots and lots of gang members and thugs. So imagine when they just kick his ass too.
That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about them using him to their advantage.
So
This little guy isn't a fighter, but he can make fighters.
Oh, that's a good point. Ooh, maybe we could use that to our advantage.
So I guess, you know.
Oh yeah, that's an excellent idea, Red. I mean, we could, if we kept it closer, or at least monitoring. I mean, should be plenty of salvageable material even back in New Manhattan. It could be a powerful ally to Uric and the people there.
Oh, heck yeah.
So you know, I guess it would kind of beg the question, Dustin, you know, do you have a problem with him, considering how it all started with him staying here and you know, helping out, provided that his source of payment or their source of payment would be wanting to upgrade themselves?
Well, you know, as beings as what I just seen it do to that forklift and the repairs it enacted, I'm pretty sure this critter will be quite useful around here. I mean, the gang's pretty good, but they can't do anything like that. I mean, mostly, you know, they're mostly just a useful set of hands and salvage. But this critter knows how to fix and build.
Well, I mean, imagine how much better this place would be if you know, you had him to help out, and then the team could do salvage to find things that would make him happy, to make him better at what he does.
Yeah, I think that arrangement could work out. What do you say, critter? You wanna stay here and fix things so you can get upgrades? And it cocks his head. Yes, I like upgrades, but I'm not a critter.
Hey, what are you?
Do you have a name?
Yes. It kind of like took me a little while to kind of reboot everything, but everything's coming back online now. Biz is my name.
Your name is Biz.
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 Yeah.
If I don't use that much enthusiasm, will I be pronouncing it wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
And it would be a great insult to my people.
Is he like making the sound and you're just, you know, giving us the onomatopoeia, or is it saying, you know, is it like making like the fax sound or whatever?
Yeah, it is making, yeah, it's kind of making like a bzz sound.
I see.
Wait, did it just say it had people? You have people?
No, not really. I was just making a joke.
Oh. I was going to say, imagine a whole horde of these.
What is your purpose? Zzz, not like mimic that buzzing sound.
I fix and upgrade.
I am incredibly charmed by this creature.
Who gave you
I
your
was
purpose?
like those before, and it kind of points to the other ones.
Uh-huh.
And then something happened. I got smarter, or
Achieved singularity.
oh no, not smarter, aware.
Interesting. When did this happen?
When I came back online.
Oh, just a few moments ago.
I should be like them.
Hey, quick question. We were chatting. Were those minions things Dustin already had, and it took them over?
No, they all kind of came online at the same time.
Okay.
And so if you take a moment, Dustin kind of like retells the tale of what actually happened. You know, she was working in the office. The gang had brought her some new salvage from the ocean the day before, and they just had put it with the other stuff and left it to be sorted. And this morning when she came in, it came alive and tried to eat her. is basically what she describes.
We showed-
It's happened before. Sometimes you find something weird and you kind of deal with it. This has been kind of one of the worst, and that's why I sent the gang to find you guys, because you took care of the carnival people pretty easily and handily. I figured you'd be able to handle this, and worst case scenario, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't be putting any of my townsfolk in danger.
Sure. And then lo and behold, when we arrived, they just went inert anyway.
No, we broke them.
Oh, right.
Um,
Right. We did it.
Miss Dustin, was
Electronic wink at you.
there any pink crystals? And I'll point towards Goggles' the suit. Anything like one of those?
Nope, I haven't seen any of those. But we find weird things all the time. And can you always turn into one of those energy monsters?
No, that's new.
But you
That's
seem to have it under quite control, Goggles.
pretty handy.
It was very handy. Yes, it was a very interesting experience.
What happened this time?
This time, they were at first very angry. They're always very angry, but this time they let me take the reins, as it were.
I'm sure they just were touched by your inner kindness.
Dustin chimes up. They?
Oh, yes, I have a small village's worth of people living inside here. And he taps on his gem.
They must be really tiny.
They're aliens.
Oh, I guess that explains it. I mean, I thought the gang were kind of small, but
They're kind of like energy people.
oh, that makes
Red.
more sense.
But not the same kind of
Background
energy as
doubled
me.
over, trying not to laugh loudly.
Yes, sometimes they all work together to become a single very large person. And
But now they're
sometimes they
letting
like
you-
me to be part of that.
Yeah, that's wonderful, Goggles.
It sounds like a ghost in the machine.
It sort of is, in a lot of ways, actually.
There's a lot of that going around.
There is. In fact, upgrade or bzzzt.
Bzzz.
For me.
So, is
Yes.
anyone else gonna point out the fact that Greg kind of blanked?
I wasn't sure about that. I was not going to draw attention to it. I thought maybe when the needles poked into his marshmallowy flesh that they might have popped something.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't think we fought Bzzz and his allies.
Yeah, the gang came to see us at the Salted Lily.
They're not technically my allies. They're just following their programming to upgrade.
Okay, well, I apologize. Did not mean to insult you. Bzzz. Just from our point of view, when Dustin here was kind of kidnapped, it was sadly us versus you, and by you I mean the group. So.
Oh yeah, we're definitely working together because we could split the upgrades. But
I wonder if it's
they
sort of
wouldn't
like one of
understand
those-
allies.
Okay, but we're all on the same side now, so it doesn't
We
matter.
all care about each other here, right? Oh wait, no, I wouldn't have remembered that. Sorry.
I wonder if it's like a hive mind living in like multiple bodies.
It's highly likely that it's some sort of techno advanced artificial intelligence
You know,
collective.
like
So,
No, I'm only in this body.
oh,
Really?
I'm positive.
You only take things in to grow, to expand on your own physical form.
Yes, to upgrade and become better. Although, I mean, and technically, if I could find programs, I could do them too. And they don't really take up space per se. Not
So-
in the same way in the physical realm.
can I ask you an important question?
I guess so, sure.
What constitutes better?
Will constitute what?
Better.
Oh,
Question, Blue.
being able to do more than I could do before. Faster, stronger, new weapons.
But you can't self-replicate.
No, I mean I can build things. I
But
don't
not
know if I could
other-
build another one. Like I could probably get those back online, but then I couldn't upgrade. So I'm not going to bring them back online.
So
Okay.
you're gonna stay with Dustin here, and Dustin will give you things that you can do to be helpful for the town, and provide you with upgrades when you've done enough stuff. And I'll look between Biz and Dustin to make sure that they're both on board with that.
Yeah, I think that arrangement will work really nice. It's going to be a great asset to the junk castle. Our productivity is going to go up between the gang and business here. We should be able to really ratchet things up.
Is that a pun, Dustin?
Maybe.
I appreciate
And then heralded by the slapping of wet feet comes in the small merfolk.
The gang's all here.
And they come up to about your waist. And one of them speaks up, everything up okay in here, boss? In kind of like a burbly, high-pitched voice. And yeah, you guys did good. I'm gonna have to put a bonus in your salary this week for saving my ass.
Well, it's very good of you to pay them. Also, where did you find these guys? Do you guys go underwater?
Are you talking to her or them or both?
He kind of like started talking to Dustin, then he turned and he's like, do you guys swim? Do you go underwater? Like,
Yeah, we spend most of our time underwater. We're kind of well suited to it, and if we stay out of the water too long, our scales get dry and cracky and itchy. It's really bad. So we like to go in the water, and Dustin pays us to bring back stuff that we find, things that has been wrecked and lost. Sometimes when salvage is slow, we go fishing and we can sell fish at the market. It's what we're good at.
very ingenious.
Yeah.
Very versatile.
There used to be a lot more of us. We used to live out deeper. But
What happened?
People are okay with going fishing.
yeah, why wouldn't we? And that kind of brings us back to why we don't go out deeper anymore. There's some really big, nasty fish out there that instead of us fishing for them, they fish for us. And so like we get to hang out here in town. We take a dip when we feel a little dry. And the bigger, scarier fish do not come in quite as close.
Well, then that reminds us not to go further out into the waters.
Yeah, I would not
Right.
recommend it.
Yeah, that explains why
But
the
how-
salty dog kept us near the coast.
How far out was the submarine? Was that out?
You guys
in
kind of
open
came up
waters?
the coast, so you guys weren't like, I mean, it was deep water, but not like super, you weren't out in the ocean. Like you guys kind of kept the coastline fairly
We're
close.
still on the continental shelf.
I am trained in navigation, and geography. So I don't know if that would allow me to kind of give a rough map estimate of where I think that would be, and if they would have any interest, they could certainly pillage and plumb there if they wanted.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
you're
No, I would definitely say between that kind of skill set, you'd be able to give them a rough idea where that is.
Very cool.
Yeah, maybe that could work. Maybe we can find someone to take us out there. I mean, yeah, we could swim out there, sure. That's not a problem, but sounds like a lot of stuff to bring back. So We should probably find a boat.
I mean, we want to take we would like old salty dog to bring my family to New Manhattan, but perhaps you could come back down the coast and help you guys out, because I mean that's something he does too, salvage.
That could work. And so Dustin gets a thoughtful look in her eyes, kind of like eyeing Bzz over there. Hey, Bzz, you! Can you go in the water? And he kind of looks at Dustin. With an upgrade, I can.
Okay, this time Red does not bother trying to laugh silently.
How did I know you were going to say that?
That's great.
So with that, the gang kind of wanders off. Dustin invites you to the front area. Can I
get a quick aside with upgrade with now that while people were talking just a moment?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
I'm gonna talk to Bzz and say, I'm wondering if there's a special project you might work on the side when all your duties with that Dustin gives you are complete.
Well, sure.
You familiar with the moon? The celestial body that rises on cycles?
Yeah, I have something about the moon in my databanks.
I want to go there. So I'm wondering if while you're helping fix up things and sorting through junk, if you happen to maybe want to try to put together some sort of vessel that can get us there. No rush. Just something to keep in your memory banks.
I don't know if I mean, I could probably fly there. I don't know if I could build something to go there.
You could probably fly there? Would you need an upgrade?
No, it would just take a while.
Oh, okay.
But
well, here, I'm going to get out one of my remaining 2 energy packs because I never use them, and I'll say, here, let's just keep this between you and me. I want it to be a surprise for all the people that we care about. Oh, damn it, I forgot that again. Sorry. Take the last part. But I'll give him an energy pack.
I will think about it and see what I can do.
So this here's a juicy energy pack circa 2000 or 1990, whatever year it was, to 2020.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. That's it. I just wanted to plant that seed in his memory banks.
They have not made vessels like that for a long time, but we'll see what we can do.
That's how I survived on one of those.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You know the comet? Are you familiar with the Balefire comet? I landed on that. We actually were able
why don't you just use that?
Oh, it's completely destroyed.
Oh. Well, I will see what I can do, but I don't know that the resources are around here for something like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll keep my eye out for upgrades and maybe a couple of juicy programs too. Who knows?
I will put my processors towards that and see what I can come up with.
Great. That's just great. Zzz. Or bzz. And that's it.
I mean, you can call me Upgrade if that's easier for.
I do kind of like that name, but I want to respect your parameters.
It's fine. I think that'll be all right if it's easier for you.
You warming up to it?
I think so. I do like upgrades.
I can tell.
And then, so so with the rest of you, I guess they go off and talk, and then Grig comes back. So, I guess as some thanks, perhaps I could treat you to some coffee next door.
Sure.
I won't send her to coffee.
I used to like coffee.
And so you see guys wander next door. It's kind of like a quaint little coffee shop, without the modern amenities, but they do have coffee, and it is freshly ground there. And
I would imagine the last time that Blue had coffee, Red had a hard time getting him to shut up. So I don't know if you want to be exposed to that again.
You got decaf? I'm going to put my olfactory sensors to the test and try to smell if I can.
So you do. So, also you're offered, any kind of like foods you want to have, like finger type foods. And you're seen to a booth. So where are the lot of you off to next?
Well, our typical thing is danger. So we're supposed to get some information, just point out towards the wilds and let things drift off.
We came from Manhattan. They think that this Marina the Merciless is gathering a war band to assault the city, and we came down to sort of get around behind them and see if we could do anything from back here or learn anything.
That's been the rumors. I mean, we're kind of lucky. They kind of bypassed us. I feel like we're a little bit out of the way for them.
It's probably only a matter of time.
That also might be true. So, what do you plan on doing about this person? I mean, I've been hearing the stories. Travelers have trickled in. The war bands banding together. They've never done that before.
There's only 4 of us, so like the real hope was to just try to get some information and get it back to the Hope Bringer and see what we might be able to do about it. But
maybe see if we could find any potential allies or assistance for them as well.
Well, here at Peartown, we will definitely do whatever we can, but we're just a small settlement.
But you know what? When small people come together, they do big things. I think that's something that Greg told me the Scouts say or whatever. We've been calling ourselves the Scouts now, by the way.
That's right.
And so we will, like good Scouts, lead old ladies across the street and protect the unprotected. And he kind of looks to Greg. I can't remember what else I'm supposed to say.
We're supposed to do good deeds and get badges.
Right, we get badges, but they're metaphorical badges, so they're not real.
Right. They're in your heart and your mind and your brain.
Well, the scout name makes sense since you guys are kind of scouting.
It's true.
I don't know about any of that other stuff.
It helps give meaning to what you do.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you can count on Peartown, but I don't know.
Terrific.
We got good folk here, and you're right. When enough small folk come together, like the gang, you'd be surprised all the good stuff they've brought back.
Unfortunately, Marina's using that same perspective for all the bad folks around here, it seems.
Yeah, but I don't think they're doing it willingly for the most part.
Maybe it works in reverse, Goggles, and when all these big people get together, they just do small things.
That could very well be. I mean, but I'm a big person, and I tend to find when I try to do small things, I usually just break stuff. It's not very productive.
Here. I also have that problem.
So, what is your immediate plan?
So, I don't know about the rest of you. I'm going to probably the next day or so, we got to say goodbye to my kin, and we're gotta get on the road. We gotta get information. Got a mission.
We'll say until next time, Blue. You'll see them again. They're heading up to New Manhattan.
Have we met? That's not really my mindset.
Oh, we'll see them again.
Well, then we'll just have to be unwaveringly positive for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I feel like we each bring something different to the table, and Blue brings us back into perspective of the real danger that we often just ignore.
Yep, we're all gonna die.
Eventually.
Maybe.
Not today.
Yes, not today. And he raises his coffee for a toast.
And Dustin does as well. Not today. And then like random people in the coffee shop do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They clearly have no idea what they're toasting to, but
Do
yes,
they say not today?
they do say not today.
So we only know what they're not toasting to.
It's infectious. So
They think that we're just procrastinators.
And, whether you had given him decaf or not, Blue grabs a coffee off the table, downs the whole thing, and probably spends the next hour babbling incoherently, running around like crazy because that was way too much caffeine for a small little blue spider monkey.
I'll tell you what, anything that he has to say, Red will gladly listen to with enthusiasm. Very Kenna and the Pixies, right? Buildings, we'll go climb on buildings. I will run you tired. Let's go.
yeah, Dustin turns the goggles and Greg. Good thing we didn't order him espresso.
I'm kind of curious though. Maybe we should order one and just keep it in our back pocket.
It's not a bad idea. You never know when it might come in handy.
So they give you one to go, and
Okay.
you can write it down as a speed enhancer that only works on Blue.
Okay.
Oh my word.
So if we're just sitting there with Dustin, she's like sort of the de facto mayor here. I'll ask her. So I mean, you sort of hit the nail on the head. We do sort of wind up in danger a lot, as my friend Goggles here said. Is there any other interesting or dangerous things around here? Mysterious, unexplained?
Well, every day brings something different. I mean, with with the
That's the truth.
with
Hey,
the
Goggles.
with the march of the war bands, we did experience a little bit more hostile critters moving in, out towards the coast as they're kind of driven away from the war bands. But we dealt with that for a while. And then as they kept going, then things went back to normal. So it wasn't too bad. Not too long ago, the moon rose again. And as always, you have to make sure everyone's indoors and everything's locked down. So when the daemons come, no one gets carried off.
I met those two while being attacked by lunar daemons just about a week ago, maybe.
Yeah,
That's
that's
game
about
time.
right.
It was just like a week or two ago, wasn't it?
They always come wherever there's people, and we always lose at least a couple. So.
Well, just between you, me, and Goggles, I'm gonna make it up to that moon and see what's going on.
Well, I mean, it seems like all you have to do is stay out the next time the daemons come. They carry the people off.
Wow, I never thought about that.
I guess they
That
come
is
from the
true.
moon.
The issue would be getting back.
Those things present themselves, Goggles. Like just today, we got an alert that there was trouble with you, and it resolved itself by the time we got there.
I might not be the most reckless person in this party.
I should have died 70 years ago, man. Just a psychic ghost.
Well, you look pretty good for someone who should have died 70 years ago.
Oh, there's nothing inside this suit. I'm just keeping it moving with, I guess, the will of my mind lingering on. I'm not quite sure.
Wait a minute, there's not a person in there?
I mean,
Depends
really,
on what you think of person.
isn't everybody really just a spacesuit with a psychic ghost inside?
Sort of, yeah. You're onto something there, Goggles. Is my
That
wife just a metaphor?
that is a way I've never heard life described before.
Well, this big blue marble's just like a giant spaceship hurtling through the cosmos, and
What is in this coffee?
Yeah, but he hasn't been drinking any coffee.
would that I
It's
could, Dustin. Would that I could.
Well, perhaps someday you'll be able to drink coffee again.
Maybe.
I guess now it would just slosh around in your suit, huh?
Yeah, perhaps I could hitch a ride on somebody's mind while they're drinking coffee. I don't know. I'm still exploring.
That
Sure,
sounds,
why not? I've already got like a dozen people in here. Go for it.
That sounds
Right.
disturbing.
That's actually quite fascinating.
I guess. I don't know. I got a thing about personal space.
I mean, I don't have a bubble. I'm a hugger.
I see that. So how long do you guys want to spend here in Pier Town?
At least a day to get back our health.
Blue would be interested in heading out, the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you imagine? Like, was his family? That's when they were supposed to get on the salty dog or the chug-a-lug, right?
Dustin had said we'd 2 or 3 days until the thing was over. And it's kind of like ripping the whole Band-Aid off. The sooner we're gone, that whole element can be put behind him, and we can get on with our dangerous and deadly mission.
So you guys are easily able to use the flare gun to summon the Chug-a-Lug back to the pier. Obviously, old salty dog's a little confused and also concerned that you call him back so soon. And then when you explain the situation, he fully gets it. And seems a little concerned about how you guys will get back, but also is more than happy to help with getting Blue's family to New Manhattan and bringing whatever word you guys want to send to New Manhattan, what's been going on, what you guys have been up to.
So a couple things we need to before we fire the pistol or the flare, we got to figure out what we're doing with the ringleader. Is he coming with us, or is he going to look out for the monkey people? And that would be a collective decision. And then we would also want to share the idea with Old Salty Dog that after he goes back to New Manhattan, if he could come back this way, that perhaps working with the people from Pier Town, there's some extra salvage opportunity that he might be able to collaborate with.
Yeah, so those things that's easy enough to do. It's just a matter of what you guys decide you want to do with the ringleader.
Oh, that's right.
What are the votes here, guys? What happens to the ringmaster? Is he coming along with us to play?
I don't want to do that.
Or do we send him back?
Like, even as a player, it's like,
because if he comes with us, he's just gonna die.
Escort quests
Yeah, I don't
want to
babysit this guy.
Yeah, well, the leader of your people says the rod that controls his
Right.
power.
Well, that would come with us if he was coming with us. But
Right. But I mean, they have a means to.
Yeah, just
All right. So ringmaster will go with the family.
Okay, easy enough.
I mean,
And
if nothing else, it's like New Manhattan probably has a proper justice system to some degree.
And I think I don't have the list here in front of me, but I think that I would have to make sure my people were aware that where they're going is probably going to be equally not as cool with the slave collar on them, when they get into port. So by the time they get there, they should be planning to take the collar off and let him go his way, or take the collar off and have him face, justice under the Hopebringer. But either way, be prepared of things are not going to be as they were here.
Yeah, I mean, Old Salty Dog, basically kind of gives you the rundown of what'll happen. Uvik he will mete out justice as he sees fit when it's brought before the case is brought before him, and because of you guys have given your word on the account of what happened. That'll pretty much be. That'll be kind of like his court case, because the legal system ain't quite what it used to be. Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
So, your hearsay will definitely be more than enough. And, so Old Salty Dog, he says, they're always taking in new survivors. And as long as, they can pull their weight and help out, become members of this, the community and the society, then they are more than welcome. And if they see if your family is even a fraction of the useful as you've been, then I'm sure it's the community itself is going to be better off for it.
What time of day are we imagining that his family's sailing off?
Probably like in the evening dusk.
Sunset.
Yeah, sail off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Aww.
Standing on the deck.
Yeah. So with that, you guys are kind of equipped with whatever kind of like normal gear, repairs that you need on any of your stuff that's been kind of battered for a while. Matter of fact, for Goggles and Grig, Upgrade kind of takes care of that personally. And, he's, super fast in kind of like polishing and restoring it. So it also so all your stuff actually looks like new when he's done.
Ooh.
Doesn't do anything in game per se, but he's just very thorough.
I like it. Upgrade.
You guys have supplies, and you can set out.
I'd say the Goggles is really like he could probably even do like cosmetic alterations if we wanted.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like this suit kind of comes with a lot of surprises, and I'm afraid of people tampering with it, especially now that there's like multiple people living in here.
I don't know, this one looks so last century. Maybe I should get like racing stripes or something on it. What do you think?
You can have stripes that race each other.
You could, but these would be more like cosmetic, like to imply like speed and sleekness, Like,
I think
so. This is another one of those metaphorical things.
No,
I
it's
think
just,
it's
it's just an adjective with two meanings.
I think it's like Grig's version of getting a tattoo.
That is a good way of looking at it. Yeah, interesting. I never thought about it before. I mean, the suit's pretty much is like my skin now.
So when you guys set out after you've done everything you've kind of done, you wanted to do, you head northwest, basically back towards New Manhattan, but
Into the waste.
Yeah, inland, and you travel for a couple days, and you don't really encounter much of anything until kind of on the horizon, you see what looks to be a settlement and smoke rising from it.
In a pleasant and welcoming way?
Not quite.
Oh, okay.
It is black and thick and winding like a snake. And that is where we'll end for this evening until we come back and do it all again next week. As always, I want to thank folks for hanging out with us as we play make-believe with each other, and thank my players for playing as well, because you guys are always awesome. And until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.